Hello, welcome to another wiki procedure, and today we're going to look on how you can apply for a replacement passport to take the place for a lost or a damaged passport in Kenya. And down here we have given you a link which is going to lead you to our wiki procedure page, where we have given you an in-depth look on how you can go about with the procedure. We have also given you external sites where you can visit to sites which have given you more detailed information, and also we have given you an external link to an online application portal, eCitizen, where you have to begin your application process. I would also like to mention that on our right hand side of our screen we have the select language button. Here you can select the language which is easier for you to understand. Like in Kenya, Kiswahili is the national language, and we can select Kiswahili, which is going to translate the page to Kiswahili, and it will be easier for those who are more which is easier for them to comprehend and understand in Kiswahili. So let's go on with our program. We are going to cover the following list of items. We're going to see the need for a Kenyan passport, the eligibility, the required documents, steps to follow while making the application, the fees applicable, the validity period, the processing time, offices and contacts, and other relevant information. And today's procedure is brought to you by wikiprocedure.com. You are welcome. So let's look for the need of a Kenyan passport. First of all, the document. The Kenyan passport is required to allow one to travel across international borders. The document is also used for identification purposes. You also need to know that the document is needed when applying for a travel visa or a work permit abroad. The eligibility is that one needs to be a Kenyan citizen holding a valid Kenyan passport, and two is that the passport has to be lost or stolen. You cannot make an application. It's against the law to make an application for a lost passport if the passport is not stolen or damaged. So you need to note that. And the required documents are as follows. You need an eCitizen pre-filled passport application form and 3 invoices. We're going to see how you can get those. We also need an original birth certificate and its photocopy, an original national ID card and its photocopy, 3 current passport photo size, recommender's ID card, and a copy. You have to note that the recommender is not supposed to be a relative, a next of kin, but it should be someone who is not next of kin, and it should be a Kenyan. You need the parents' national ID cards or death certificate if they are deceased. And for applicants who are below 18 years of age, the parent or legal guardian needs to fill a letter of consent. We are going to see how the letter of consent looks like and how it can be filled. And for applicants who are adopted, the original adoption certificate or clearance letter from the Children's Department or the court ruling an award is needed or may be needed. So let's see the steps to follow. The first step is to obtain a police abstract and an affidavit. So you should start by visiting a police station to report the loss or damage of the passport. And you are also required to acquire a police abstract from the police authorities, which is a prerequisite to making of the application. And you are required to swear an affidavit of the circumstances surrounding the loss, theft, or mutilation or damage of the passport. And you are to attach the affidavit together with the police abstract with your application form while submitting your application. After you have obtained the affidavit and the police abstract, you need to register to eCitizen. If you're not registered, you need to log into your eCitizen account and make the application. So after logging in, you need to navigate to the Department of Investigation tab and make the application when you're there. Let's see how this is done. I've already gone ahead and done this for you. This is how the letter of consent, parental consent, looks like. You're supposed to fill the guardian needs to fill the name here, the contacts, telephone, the ID number, the postal address, and the names of the dependents or the children, and the dates of birth, and you need to sign there. So let's see how to go about eCitizen. Visit www.ecitizen.go.ke. If you have an account, go ahead and click the sign in button, and if you don't have one, click the create account. Let's go with the option that we don't have an account. So after clicking the create account option, it's going to direct you to the next page, which looks like this. So click create account, and after clicking, you're going to be sent to a page which you're going to give your information, your ID number, your name as per your ID, and validate the information. Give your email address and mobile number, which are going to be used to validate your account. And after validation of the account, you'll be able to log into your eCitizen, your new eCitizen account through the login page, and just type your details and login. And once you're in your account at the dashboard, go to the Department of Immigration and click Get Service. This is going to direct you to the next page. These are the services offered by the Department of Immigration. So click the plus button at the Kenyan passport, and depending on the application you want to make, if it's for an adult, click for an adult. If it's for a child, click children. And let's use an adult in this explanation. After clicking, it's going to take you to the next page, and the next page is actually instructions and information about the application, how long the passport takes. Like for our case, it will take 5 days. For new passports, it takes 15 days. Steps to follow. After filling in, you should print 3 copies, 1 copy of the application form, 3 copies of the application invoice or receipt. And if you're in Nairobi, submit it to Nya House. If you're in Mombasa, submit it to Uhuru na Kazi. If you're in Kisumu, submit it to the PC offices. And these are the list of items which you need to submit, to attach when you're making your submission. And they've also given you the amount of fees. If it's for a damaged passport, it's 10,050 shillings. It's for a lost passport, is 12,050 shillings. After going through the information, just click apply, and it will take you to the next page, which is going to just ask you about your information about circumstances, about your regarding the loss of the passport, and information about your passport. So they'll ask you if you have a dual nationality. Click yes or no depending on your circumstance. Let's choose no, click continue, and then it's going to take you to the next page. So in case it's lost, choose lost, enter your passport number, and then click continue. If it's damaged, choose mutilated. Under mutilated is going to ask you what's the passport type. If it's a diplomatic or an ordinary passport, choose either one of them. Let's say it's on an ordinary passport, then click continue. And the next steps are for you just to fill some questions to prove the validity, your eligibility, and it will going to take you to the payment page where you're supposed to make the payment with the payment option which is more suitable to you. And after making the payment with the preferred method of payment, you should print the application form. It will generate itself automatically, and 3 copies of the invoice which will also generate itself, and visit the immigration offices or Kenyan missions abroad to complete the application. So, and make sure you present the required documents while making the while submitting the documents. The required documents are the affidavits, the police report or abstract, original birth certificates, original national ID, copies of your recommender's ID card, the letter of consent or adoption papers, and after 5 working days your passport will be ready for collection. You will be notified through an email or a text message, and you should bring a proof of identification while collecting your passport. The fees are as follows. Damaged or a mutilated passport is 10,050. For a lost passport is 12,050 Kenya shillings. The validity period of the passport is 10 years after the date of issuance, but it can lose its validity when the passport pages are filled. Processing time, as you have mentioned, is 5 days. The offices are at Nyayo House in Nairobi, Uhuru na Kazi in Mombasa, PC's office in Kisumu. Another important note is that you should at least make the application that 30 days before you plan to travel. And if you plan to travel make an international travel, you have to note that the passport should be at least 6 months or more. So thank you for watching our wiki procedure today, and hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page and share our video. Tell a friend about our wiki procedure page and website. You need to know that we have dozens and dozens of procedures, for not only for Kenya but for many countries across the globe. We have different procedures, so hit the subscribe button, like the video, tell a friend about our wikiprocedure.com, and I wish you all the best in your quest to get a replacement passport for the one which is lost or has been damaged. So just again to mention, just take a look at all these procedures. Yes, so I wish you all the best and thank you. Have a good day.